Well, with all the school shootings and lobbying of handgun safety, finally, a solution just might be near. Have no fear, cause the new smart guns are here. Let's talk on the mic. What's up, everybody, and you are listening to the best of the Media Mike Radio Show. I am your host, the Media Mike Speaks, sponsored by New Justice Media, where we are the voice of the everyday citizen. The time is now 46 minutes past the hour here in the Lone Star State, so let's get to it. I know a lot of you may not have heard about this. Actually, this is nothing new. Actually, this has been around for a very long time. Now, I first saw this in a movie years ago. Now, I'm not talking about Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone. No, and the new Judge Dredd. No. I'm talking about a 1989-90 James Bond movie called License to Kill, starring Timothy Dalton. He played in two James Bond movies, The Living Daylights and License to Kill. I actually thought both of those were very good, and he did a phenomenal job, but apparently they didn't like him as 007. But anyway, in License to Kill, he did have a signature gun. They called it a signature gun back then. We had a rifle, actually, and it was tailored to his palm. Only he could fire it. No one else could. That's the first time I saw this. But now, art imitates life, as you can see, so we are here. And we're in the era of personalized smart guns, which can be fired only by verified users. And they are coming to the United States relatively after 2 decades of manufacturing. Now, I do believe Europe probably had these already, if I'm not mistaken. And you know how, you're dealing with firearms now, and it could put a lot of people out of business. This is technology. Now, let's continue with this story here. You have a company called Lodestar, and they unveiled its 9mm smart handgun for shareholders and investors in Boise, Idaho. And a Kansas company, Smart Guns LLC, says law enforcement agents are testing its product for a simpler model. Because this soon may be available, I do believe, first for law enforcement. They've been talking about this for years. Just in case, you have the holsters that lock, you have a way you have to press down, then they come up. But now they're talking about having these given out to probably military, probably get them first. Then it'll come to, law enforcement, where you can only be fired by the user. Maybe a pretty good thing, especially with young kids getting guns today. Somehow mysteriously getting them and taking them to school and shooting people. But what concerns me, though, when it says users, see, that could be a problem, because then you could make it to where the child can use the firearm, and that may not be good. But let's continue. Both companies hope to have a product commercially available sometime this year. Now, this article actually was written a year or two ago, But it's out there. I'm just surprised they have not advertised this. Lodestar co-founder Garrett Glacier said he was inspired after hearing one too many stories about children shot while playing with an unattended gun. You see, the thing about it is, he said users, it can be programmed. It should not be programmed for certain, I guess the palm print or the chip or whatever, how it's going to be done. But we'll talk about that, in just a moment here. It's just users, it should be tailored to one person, I would say. But I guess, hey, it's technologies, it's technology. So smart guns could stop such tragedies by using technology to authenticate a user's identity and disable the gun should anyone else try to fire it. Yep. They could also reduce suicides, render lost or stolen guns useless, and offer safety for police officers and jail guards who fear gun grabs. Yep. Now I don't know about the suicide. I guess it would be you just grab any gun, because sometimes people who commit suicide use the gun that they purchased, their own gun. So I don't know. That's kind of sketchy. That's kind of sketchy on that one. So, but the thing is, it stalled, and I'm gonna tell you why. Smith & Wesson got hit with a boycott. A German company's product was hacked, and a New Jersey law aimed at promoting smart guns has raised the wrath of defenders of the Second Amendment. See, here you go. See, that was my concern too, the hacking part. You see, when technology, I don't know, this is where you're going to have to put some firewalls, safety protocols in place. So, but I don't understand where, the wrath of defenders of the Second Amendment. To me, this is not infringing on anyone's right to bear arms. It's just the fact that it's your arm, your firearm that you have the right to bear. I'm saying yours and yours only, no one else's. You see, all the way down to the signature palm print, I would say. Now, the cost of this. First-time buyers would retail for $895. So, not bad. First-time buyers, not bad. Now, the test firing of the Lodestar gun before Radar's cameras has not been reported elsewhere. A range officer fired the weapon, a third-generation prototype, in its different settings without issue. Now, Glacier acknowledged there will be additional challenges to large-scale manufacturing, but expressed confidence that after years of trial and error, the technology was advanced enough and the microelectronics inside the gun are well protected. They go on to quote, Glacier says, "We finally feel like we're at the point where let's go public." He says we're there, unquote. Now, most early smart gun prototypes use either fingerprint locking, and that's what I was talking about, or radio frequency identification technology that enables the gun to fire only when a chip in the gun communicates with another chip worn by the user in a ring or a bracelet. I didn't know about no ring or bracelet. That's kind of, I don't know, ring or, the bracelet gets lost. I don't know about that. But I didn't know they had that already. A ring or a bracelet. Okay, interesting. Now, Lodestar integrated both a fingerprint reader and a near field communication chip activated by a phone app plus a pin pad. The gun can be authorized for more than one user. Now, that was my concern. I don't know if it needs to be authorized for more than one user. That, I don't know. I think it should be your firearm only. I'm sorry. If you want a firearm tailored to you, go buy your own. That's the way I see it. Now, how this thing works here. The fingerprint reader unlocks the gun in microseconds, but since it may not work when wet or in other adverse conditions, the pin pad is there as a backup. They got to fix that problem. If the cell phones can work in water, the smart guns should be able to also. Now, Lodestar did not demonstrate the near field communication signal, but it would act as a secondary backup, enabling the gun as quickly as users can open the app on their phones. Okay. Smart guns would not say which law enforcement agencies are testing its weapons, which are secured by radio frequency. I bet the military is testing these weapons, good people. So, which are secured by radio frequency identification. Smart Guns developed a model selling at $1,795 for law enforcement and $2,195 for civilians, according to Tom Holland, a Kansas Democratic state senator who co-founded the company in 2020. Okay, so the Lodestar gun will retail for $895 for first-time buyers. And you have the Smart Guns, that's G-U-N-Z, good people. That one will be selling at $21.95. So I guess theirs is a little bit more advanced. I don't know. Now, Colorado-based BioFire is developing a smart gun with a fingerprint reader. So you have multiple companies manufacturing these type of guns here. Okay. Skeptics have argued that smart guns are too risky for a person trying to protect their home or family during a crisis, or for police in the field. Now, I don't know who in the hell are these skeptics. What do you mean they're too risky for a person trying to protect their home? What? Oh, so you're saying they may not fire? That's the only, or during a crisis? Or I'm not understanding. Because if the person that's burglarizing your home or is assaulting you in your home get your gun, they can't use it. So that does give you somewhat of a fighting chance, or a fleeing chance, I would say. So they need more clarity on these skeptics, plural. So it's more than one. More content on what you're saying, how it's too risky. Please always add how, because you're not making any sense. We're talking safety here, okay? Now, the National Shooting Sports Foundation, the Firearms Industry Trade Association, says it does not oppose smart guns as long as the government doesn't mandate their sale. Well, that's probably coming because the government is going to want that piece of the pie. Now, according to Lawrence Keene, he says, if I had a nickel for every time in my career I heard somebody say they're about to bring us a so-called smart gun on the market, I'll probably be retired now. Okay. Guns coming to market could trigger a 2019 New Jersey law requiring all gun shops in the state to offer smart guns after they become available. Now, I got to do my research on that. I didn't know that, hey, this was out since 2019 and Jersey has had this. So they making a law here. The 2019 law replaced a 2002 law that would have banned the sale of any handgun except smart guns. Wow. Now, Scott Bach, he quotes, the other side tipped their hand because they use smart guns to ban everything that's not a smart gun. Now, he's an executive director of the Association of New Jersey Rifle and Pistol Clubs. He says it woke gun owners up, unquote. When Smith & Wesson pledged in 1999 to promote smart gun development, among other safety measures, in an agreement with the U.S. government, I told you, and the NRA, the National Rifle Association, sponsored a boycott that led to a drop in revenue. So I told you, the government and the NRA are not going to let you do this unless they get a cut here, because they're the guru of the firearm safety thing or whatever, right to carry, Second Amendment. So they're going to know what they're going to get out of it. And I would speculate these are private companies, private firms here, and they're out to make money and also promote gun safety and advanced technology by doing so. So, in 2014, German company Armitex put a smart 22 caliber pistol on the market, but it was pulled from stores after hackers discovered a way to remotely jam the gun's radio signals and, using magnets, fire the gun when it should have been locked. Okay, Armitex. Yeah, total recall on that one. Not good. Yeah, so. But anyway, let me know what you think about this, good people. Is this a smarter way to curb gun violence? Is it? Things to make you go, Until next time, this is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker. Subscribe, share, and like to keep me rocking on the mic. Have a good night.
Audio Jungle.